Hi everyone, welcome to this training program on earthing systems. We have in this we'll discuss on earthed and unearthed systems. I'm J.N. Karamchetti, author to this, and the objectives of this module to develop this. The author is a qualified and experienced in electrical engineering, power electronics, energy conservation, and auditing, design and implementation of solar photovoltaic power plants, to share his theoretical and practical knowledge with engineering professionals to improve their skills and in turn to develop India. Now, ungrounded low voltage distribution system. In this you see a transformer, a primary and a secondary. Secondary is not earthed. Secondary is both the lines are floating, whereas the bottom line is shown, that is, let us assume to be neutral, has got a distributed capacitance. This distributed capacitance is nothing but every electrical item with earth forms a capacitor. So there is a certain leakage of current flowing through this. Now it is shown that one person is holding one of the phases and standing on the ground, but transformer is not earth. That means you can see the direction of the current flowing. Current is flowing through his body and through the distributed capacitance and back to the neutral. So as the current is flowing through his body, he should get a shock of that. But the shock depends on how much is the current flowing through his body. If it is something like a 5 milliamperes is the leakage current, and if that is going through the body, he may not get a shock at all. Generally, it is taken, a person has got 1,000 ohms. When he's a dry, when he's a wet, it can be come down. So in such cases, he may not get a shock of this. But I'm not asking you to touch this even for an experimental shake also. Please don't do that. Now in the second one, the earth is connected. In the middle tap is connected to the earth. And his hand is, one hand is on the line and he is standing on the floor. And it is earthed. So there is a current flowing through it. This time he will get a shock definitely, because there is an earth connection is given directly to the body, and with one hand he is holding the phase, so there is a definitely current flowing through this, but that depends on the how much is the current flowing. Is he getting a shock or no? Depends on how much the current flowing and how is his body condition, right? Now you can see this one, grounding of an enclosure of electrical equipment. Left side you see a transformer. The line is coming to the a box. Second is also from the ground wire also, or the neutral wire is also coming to that. Assume that it is just like an electrical iron, bread toaster or hot water geyser. And transformer and neutral is connected to the ground. The connection is R0. I'm assuming the resistance is R0. It is not a connected resistance. It is the conductor what I have given. I have assumed the resistance of R0. And the item here, the electrical item, like I say, electrical iron is also earthed through its third pin. That is called a earth pin, whose diameter is more, whose length is more. So when you insert, first the earth connection get connected, and then the phase and the neutral comes into the picture of that. So there is a current flowing through the line and through the neutral. It is going back to the supply system, and it is made a circuit. But accidentally the phase wire has fallen on the body, and the body is also earth here, you can see. So the fault current through the body goes through the earth and goes back to the neutral. Thus the circuit is closed. When the circuit is closed, if earth resistance is very low, the current flowing through the earth is very high, through the line is very high. I have protected one MCCB in the line, so the MCB will trip. MCB is a miniature circuit breaker. MCCB is a molded case circuit breaker. So in this case, because I have done the earthing on both the sides, right, is trip. Now fault current return path, case 1. I have shown it in this one, a generator, a distribution system, and there is a motor, and the motor is getting the supply. Motor is drawing the supply from the generator, And a body connection is also given to all the three. That is that a green wire says the body is connected to all, right? That is the one situation. So in case there is a fault in the electrical motor, the current comes through the phase and return back through the ground wire, that is that green wire, back to the, as the circuit is closed, heavy current is flowing, the fuse will go, one of the fuses will go. Now, in the second situation, you can see that I have not given any ground wire directly. What I did is I have put a base plate here. It's a structure itself is a base plate. And on the top of that, all the three are mounted. And I have given a separate connection also, calling it as an earth connection. So generator to earth connection, distribution box to earth connection, and motor is also earth connected. So in case there is a fault in this, the person will not get a shock. The moment there is a fault, the current comes through one of the phases and return back through this. So his body as well as his hand, they are the same potential. So there is a zero potential difference between them. So it will not give a shock. Take a third case. In this case, I have provided both. I have provided the green wire as a ground wire and the blaze phase is still remaining it. But one thing you imagine, for all the systems, we cannot put a structure like that. The reason being, it is a very costly to put. This may be a small system I am showing it, which is there in the laboratories. But if you talk about the practically, you cannot put it. So there is an earth conductor has been provided. You can see the green wire has been earthed here from the generator, which is coming from the neutral also and given to this transmotor. But motor will have only, please understand, three terminals only. Motor will not have the fourth terminal. It is a three-phase motor. And here also everything has been done. So the person will not get a shock because his potential, the ground as well as the touch potential is almost zero. Now, say this is take a case of a fault current return path. Is there any return path directly or indirectly? You see, this is the generator given, and two towers have been shown it here. And for the last one is a local transformer again. Local transformer is a delta transformer, and the supply transformer is a star transformer. The neutral of the star is also grounded. Right. So whenever there is a fault here somewhere on this is also tower is also grounded. So whenever there is a fault in this, the current goes back to the supply through this earth. On the top of the tower, there is a protection conductor is given. It goes through the protection conductor. Again through the tower, it goes to the ground and goes back to the system. So it is a closed loop. So the system will trip, either MCCB provided. In these cases, it can be a bulk oil, medium oil circuit breakers, or any other SR6 breaker or anything like that can open. For our simplicity case, we talk that a fuse is provided, fuse will open that. Now, unearthed systems. If you earth the neutral, we call as an earthed system. If you are not earthing the neutral, we call it as a unearthed system. You can see here we have a three phases V1, V2, V3. I called as a B, C, and this is the neutral. Neutral is not earthed, so with respect to the neutral, there is some voltage always here, depending on the leakage current from these three capacitors. These three based on the three capacitors. Now, in this case, if there is a fault on the line A, so if the line A is a fault, what happens is these capacitors will try to get the discharge through this line. And this line is now at the potential or a ground potential. So the VB, VC with respect to the ground will be full voltage. That is a line to line voltage will appear between phase 2 to ground, phase 3 to ground, between phase 1 to the ground is a zero voltage. That means the insulation what you are providing to B and C should be equal to the full line to line voltage. It is not a line to ground voltage, right? So you have to take care of that. That is why this is shown as an example. Now, ungrounded systems, you see, in practice, however, the earth connection will necessarily have some resistance which will raise the potential of the neutral. So neutral will not be zero after you earth it also. When the line A is earthed because of IR drop in the earthing system, The effect is all insulators on the lines B and C will be subjected to a potential between 57.6%. 57.6% is nothing but 1 by root 3. If it is 11 kV, 11 kV by root 3 is roughly around the 6.9 kV of a full line voltage perfectly earthed. Thus, this earthing has a direct bearing on the insulation level and is taken care by what is called as a coefficient of earthing. Now you can see the solidly earthed system is a transformer, star connected. The star point has been grounded. The star point has been grounded. When there is a ground fault in one of the phases here, the current from this ground through the earth, it goes back. So this is almost like a short circuit of this. So there is a heavy current flowing on this based on impedance of the transformer. Transformer impedance is always written on the nameplate. For a distribution transformer, the impedance is around 5%. That is what. So there is a current flowing through this that will blow the fuse in the shortest possible time, and the system is disconnected from the transformer. This is also same thing, but I am putting a small resistance also. I have shown it to you because I just cannot show a conductor. Conductor is nothing but a resistance. It may be a 1 ohm, 0.1 ohm or 0.00 ohm, 1 ohm also. To give you an idea that this N is not at a ground potential. With respect to the ground, when the current is flowing on, the ground potential raises to a level depending on the resistance of this, depending on the fault current. Now, people who use ungrounded systems, generally people of GENCO, generating companies, they use it for their internal benefit of that. There is nothing wrong in using it, but you should only be careful. So what happened is that they use a zigzag earthing transformer. This is, you can see that the primary is connected in a zigzag connection, but a star connection, one point is earthed here. And whenever there is a fault or something on this, this current flows through this and it gives a signal through its secondary. Secondary is always a delta connected. So whenever there's a phase is shorted, what happens is in the secondary, one phase is missing. So secondary, if it is connected in delta, if one phase is missing, there will be something like 64.5 volts will appear across that. So I put a relay there. That my relay will give me an information that there is an earth fault, but it doesn't trip. This is the same thing as the previous one. There it is a zigzag transformer. It is a star delta transformer. Primary is a delta. The three wires of ungrounded system are connected to this. When there is a fault, you can see here is a delta. So the current is flowing within this, and that current is a balanced current. So net is 0. But in case there is a fault, if I open and measure it, there will be some current flowing through this. I can put a relay there, or I can measure the voltage and retrieve it also. That is what I can do in this case. Now, how to calculate short circuit current? Take an example of transformer capacity is 1000 kVA. Percentage of impedance is a percentage IZ is a 5% given on the transformer. Full load current of the 1000 kVA transformer at 11 kV is 53.4. At the LT side, it is a 433 volts, so it is around 1400 amperes. Short circuit current will be I full current. In this case, is a 1400 is a 1.4 kilo amperes multiplied by 100 by Z. When Z is 500 by 5 is a 20. So the current will be 20 times the full load current. Full load current is 1.4 into 20. That is comes to 2.8 kilo, 28 kilo amperes is the short circuit current flowing through this. This 2.8 kilo amperes will 28 kilo amperes will go to the relay through the CT, and the relay will give an indication. The circuit breaker will trip and isolate the transformer or the load from the transformer. Now, then what is that we should earth it? What is that we should not earth it? What are all types of earthing? You can see here. Neutral of the transformer, we earth it. Lightning arrestor, one point is connected to the phase, the ground point is connected. The bottom flange, we call it as a bottom flange, is connected to the earth. Metallic body of all the equipment. First three, one side there is a supply. Now, metallic body means there is no supply, it is containing a supply inside, but it is not, but the body has to be earthed. Cable sheathing is earthed, structures in substation, pole earthing is done, and control and instrumentation, panel earthing is done. Battery midpoint is also done for earthing to find out in case there is any problem with the DC supply cable. Cable is being damaged or something like that. And tertiary winding, in case you have seen a ICT transformers, interconnecting transformer between 400 kV to 220 kV. They are all auto transformers. It's called the ICT, and that will have a tertiary winding. The tertiary winding has to be grounded, but manufacturer always tells to you whether it has to be earthed or not. Based on that, follow the instruction. If no instructions are given, you can earth one terminal of that. Now, fencing of the substation also we have to earth it. This is all for your reading. Oh, thank you very much. I'm closing the chapter 22. We'll go for a chapter 23. Thank you very much for the patient hearing you have. And we'll again meet in the chapter 20. Thank you.